That is what happened, isn't it? Weren't there passengers who actually saw the torpedo approach?
Well, that is one of the most spectacular things that I came across in the various, many statements by survivors, by the way, exist in terms of depositions, testimony, and personal accounts. And what comes through most clearly about that particular moment, first of all, recall it's this beautiful day. And everybody's thinking, okay, we're home safe. You know, they're like 14 hours from Liverpool. Everybody's thinking, you know, one woman actually expresses, she says, so where is this danger that we were all warned about, you know? And everybody, you know, the first class has just finished lunch, the second class lunch seating has just begun, kids are jumping rope upstairs, the crew is getting luggage up on deck, everything's cool, you know, people are hanging out on the rails just looking at the beautiful, beautiful sea. Suddenly, there's this first a sort of bubble of air, which is the first as the torpedo is leaving the submarine's torpedo tube, and then you see the track, this compressed air track, moving across this absolutely glassine sea, you know, and people standing at the rail saw this, and one guy standing there, and a woman came up to him and said, "Is that a torpedo?" And he can't answer because as he says he's just sick at heart. One guy, this is what I love about the whole, you know, like from 1890 to 1920, you know, this irrepressible thing about people. One guy runs to the rail to watch this torpedo hit, you know, further down the hull, obviously. And he says later, he says in his account, he says it was beautiful. The most beautiful sight, this torpedo moving, you know, and he could actually see the torpedo 10 feet below the surface. The sea was so still and clear. You could see the torpedo, and then, of course, because of the way it vents the compressed air, the track is actually back up here. So it's like this fish surging through the sea.
You say, as the torpedo advanced, the water rushing past its nose turned a small propeller, which unscrewed a safety device that prevented detonation during storage. Right. Then what happens once the tornado is approaching?
Yeah, then
the torpedo.
Yeah.
I got tornadoes on my mind.
Sharknado. Well, what happens then is, of course, as progressing, then it is armed when it makes contact with the hull. Essentially, a charge is fired. The larger charge, 350 pounds of TNT and hexanite, explodes against the hull. I mean, a very characteristic signature, by the way, sort of a tall geyser of debris, just because of the physics of how these things explode against a hull. Yeah, so that was how the explosion occurred.